Hi all, if I'm live, can you please message on the chat that I'm live? I'm live. If everything is okay, let me know. Hi everyone.
Hi everyone.
Yeah, first of all, a very happy Diwali to all of you. I hope that you celebrate Diwali in a very happy manner, in a very safe manner, especially with the pandemic going on. Also, be careful when you are bursting any firecrackers. I encourage bursting firecrackers, but be careful this time. You don't want to injure your hand. You have to take the examination in a couple of weeks. So be mindful of that whenever you're bursting firecrackers. So in this session, we'll be looking at a revision of all the arithmetic topics. We'll be solving some important questions. We'll have some easy questions and we'll also have one or two difficult questions. They're not very difficult, but they will be slightly tricky. I've included at least 2 or 3 questions which I felt were slightly on the trickier side. There will be 2 minutes for you to solve each of these questions. If you want to take part in the test, please go to kraku.in/live. If you go to kraku.in/live, the test will start at exactly 9 p.m. That is in another 15 minutes. Once the test starts, each question will have 2 minutes. You can attempt it on the site itself. And if you come in the top 3, you'll be getting a t-shirt. You'll either be getting a t-shirt or you'll be getting a package for free. I think the package we are giving this time is our mocks package. We are having a CAT mocks package. We have recently launched a 5 mock package for CAT. All these 5 mocks will have quant and video solutions, quant and LRDA solutions with videos, and verbal will have the usual very well written text solutions. So if you come in the top 3, you'll be getting the CAT mocks package for free. So please try to come in the top 3, do well. And if you have just joined the session, can you guys please like it? There are 115 guys who are on the stream. If you like it, then it will be recommended to more people. It will be in the timeline of more people. Then more people will join and it will be a more fun experience. In the meantime, if you are looking to ask any doubts, if you have any issues, if you have any queries, or if you're feeling nervous because there are only, I think, around 2 weeks left, it sounds slightly as if the exam is like just around the corner. Because earlier when we started the streams, I used to say that, okay, it is just 2 months away, it is just 1 month away. Now it is just like around 2 weeks away. So it's like, I'm sure this is a nervous time for all of you, but don't worry. Every aspirant who is taking the examination is also in the same boat as yours. Take care of your health. I know people who are attempting the examination who got COVID positive. So that is a very nervous thing, right? You don't want to get your health to be impacted in any way when you're taking the examination. So be very careful about your health in these last few days. Saurav asked, hello sir, how do I revise quant formulas? We have a compilation of all the important quant formulas. You should just search for CAT formulae PDF Kraku. CAT formulas PDF Kraku. Then you will be able to download all the important CAT formulas. We have compiled all of them and we have segregated them according to different topics. So you should be able to revise all of them, and I think it will be a very useful PDF for you to have. If you have a printer available, just download all the PDFs and keep going through them every day. That try to inculcate that kind of a habit in the last 2 weeks, because these kind of small things will help you quite a lot. I think we have just posted on the chat also the link to download the CAT formula PDF. Also, if you have just joined, please join our Telegram group. We have a very active Telegram group for CAT. There are more than 6,500 people in the Telegram group, and it's a very active group, which I also personally follow quite closely. So if you have just joined, please join our Telegram group. In today's session, like in the sessions that we do regularly, we will be looking at important questions. This is a way for which in which you will gain good experience in solving questions. These are all CAT level questions. At least today's questions, I think all of them are of CAT level. Some of them will be on the slightly easier side, but still CAT level, and some of them will be on the trickier side. I would strongly recommend that you go to kraku.in/live and attempt the questions as a test, because it will give you a good experience of actually solving these kind of questions. If you just listen to the solution, In the examination, you might not have the confidence to actually solve these kind of questions. But if you try to attempt it, and even if you get it wrong, and if you then listen to the solution, you will be in a much better place. So please try to attempt it. Go to krakow.in/live. The test will start at exactly 9 p.m. That is in another 11 minutes. Aratrika Gun is asking, sir, how to join Telegram group? To join Telegram group, you need to install an app called Telegram. This is just for people who don't know it. Telegram is another app which is similar to WhatsApp, but it has no limit on the group size. So install this Telegram group, and once you install this Telegram group, we have a link. It is posted on our the chat also. Just click on it, then you will be able to join our group. This is a very active group. Many people keep posting very nice and useful questions. It has more than 6,500 members. So please join it. Also, if you are a free student and if you are looking to take mocks which are similar to CAT level in the last few days, do go to our CAT mock test page. I think krakow.in/CAT mock test. We have 3 mocks completely for free. All of them are in the latest pattern for CAT. And for the first mock, I think we have even uploaded the video solutions for Quant and LRDI. So I think it will be a very useful 3 mock tests which are completely for free. Try to use this last 2 weeks to attempt as many mocks as you can. Try to attempt at least 5 to 6 mocks in these last 2 weeks because it will give you a good confidence boost before you actually take the examination. If you have any doubts regarding your preparation or regarding what to do in these last 2 weeks, please message. Rakesh Sharma is saying, is there any PDF for LRDI same as quant formulae? Unfortunately, there is no PDF for LRDI for many reasons, because quant, you will be able to solve some questions just by applying the formulas. In LRDI, you can't really solve a set just by applying any formulas. But in LRDI, one of the things that I would recommend that you do, definitely you should do, is solve the previous papers of CAT 2019, 2018 and 2017. Each of them have 2 sets, 2 slots. Solve all the LRDI slots of these 3 papers. If you can do nothing else in the remaining 2 weeks, do this and attempt 1 free mock test. This, I think, is the bare minimum that any serious aspirant of CAT has to do in the last 2 weeks, because the LRDI questions that you are going to get in this time's CAT examination, in my opinion, will not be very different from what has been asked in the last 3-4 years. There will be 1 or 2 very new sets, very new data interpretation sets or logical reasoning sets, but there will be at least 3-4 sets which are very similar to at least 1 set asked in the last 3 years. So the best way to prepare for LRDI in the last 2 weeks is to first ensure that you have solved all the LRDIs of the last 3 years. That is very important. Nisban Syed is saying, how does level of difficulty differ from slot to slot? In general, in the previous 3-4 years, there is not much difference overall in the difficulty level from slot to slot. There are minor differences. For example, in CAT 2019, one of the things that I remember is that slot 2 LRDI was significantly difficult than slot 1 LRDI. So the normalization went up by around +5 marks for slot 2 as compared to slot 1. But other than that, you won't feel that there is one slot which is extremely difficult. Because if you look at slot 1, I think verbal was more difficult last year as compared to slot 2. So one section might be difficult in one slot, another section might be difficult in another slot. Those kind of things happen, but in my opinion, they happen by accident. I don't think the guy who designed the paper, the professor who designed the paper, would have deliberately made one slot to be very difficult. That I don't think will happen. It's just that when you're creating a set, one set will be more difficult than another set just because of the information that is given. So don't worry about those kind of things. In general, people who want to take part in the test, please go to krakow.in/live and try to come in the top 3. If you come in the top 3, you will be getting a free t-shirt, and you will also be getting our CAT mocks. All the CAT mocks are in the latest pattern, and thousands of students have taken these CAT mocks. 5 CAT mocks for free, and they will have video solutions for quant and LRDI. So if you're looking for a good place to attempt CAT level mocks, please try to come in the top 3 or just enroll to our CAT mock series. Akash Tatwani is asking, sir, how do I select LRDI sets? I'm facing this problem and I'm not able to select easy sets. One of the things that I would recommend is there are sets which are relatively easy, but it all depends on the particular person involved. For example, I am good at DI. So I'm good at a particular type of problems. For example, if there's a Venn diagram set, In general, it is easy, and I also like solving those kind of questions. If there is a Sudoku kind of a thing, which involves, say, missing tables, that also I like because I'm actually quite good at Sudokus. But there are certain types of LRDI sets which I don't like. Some of the LRDI sets which I don't like involve visualization, like either painted cubes, which I don't like, or like say 2D or 3D visualizations. Those are sets which I don't like. So when I'm picking a set, or when I'm picking the sets that I have to solve first, I'll go with my strengths. So I'll see that, okay, this is a arrangement set, for example, which many people like and even I like, or this is a Venn diagrams question, or if this is a, as I said, missing table question. So those are the sets that I try to attempt first. Sometimes they become very difficult, then I leave them in the middle and I go to the next set. But what set to attempt and what set to not attempt depends on your own personal strengths. The point is, by now you should know what are the types of LRDI sets you are good at or you enjoy solving. What are the type of LRDI sets you don't enjoy solving. So if you don't know this now, again, as I said, go to CAT 2019, 2018, 2017. You will have 8 sets each per slot. Try to solve as many of them as you can. Then at least you'll get a good idea of what are the sets that you are comfortable solving. Tanvi Goyal is asking, are Krakow mocks tougher than CAT? We designed the mocks to ensure that our mocks are as similar to actual CAT as possible. In our opinion, I think our mocks are as close to CAT as we think the examination is going to be. And we have put in a lot of thought to ensure that the students get a lot of use from it. For example, in all our LRDIs, we always try to ensure that there is one time guzzler where it might look very easy, but it is actually a very difficult set. That always is there in all our dash cats, where there will be one set which I think will be very difficult, which will take a lot of time to solve. And it is put there not by accident, but deliberately put in there. It will look innocent, but it is not an innocent set. So same with even quant. The distribution of the number of topics that will be there in our each quant mock is similar to what we expect to be there in the actual CAT. For example, arithmetic I think is a very important topic, and you can see the weightage of that in our dash cats. Similarly, even if you are looking at verbal, some of the verbal RCs also we keep them to be slightly easy and some of them will be slightly difficult. But again, there is a different mix of, there is a sense of diversity in the topics of RCs that we choose. You won't always find, say, scientific RCs in a mock completely. You'll have some scientific RCs, you'll have some philosophical RCs. So different types of RCs will always be there. And we are also trying to include some current affairs RCs. Some of the RCs that you see recently, you will also find RCs or the passages which relate to the day-to-day happenings in current day world. Anyway, our test will start in exactly 3 minutes. People who want to attempt the test, please go to krakow.in/live and be there. Our test will start in exactly another 3 minutes. Utkar Shukla said, sir, what is your strategy and mindset when you scored 1 or 2 marks in quant? Yeah, I think some of you would already know this, but last time I scored full marks in quant. One of the things that I was looking for is I wanted to score full marks in quant. It was not, again, I don't want to sound arrogant, but that was a target that I set for myself where I thought I should be able to score at least full or as high as possible. The reason for that is because quant is my strength, so I wanted to do very well in quant. With respect to, say, in the other 2 sections. So when I was attempting the quant section, one of the things that I always took care was that I was very sure of how much time has been elapsed and how much time is left. Because when I wanted to solve all the 34 questions, I knew exactly how much time I had to take per question. So I was always ensuring that my time that has elapsed and the time that is remaining is within the range. It was not as if I was suddenly short of time. So whenever I was thinking that a question is taking too much time, I used to leave it and I used to go to the next question without any ego or without any worry. And that I think helped me quite a lot, because towards the end, I think in the last 5-6 minutes, I had to solve 3-4 questions, which I left at the start. And then again, I started solving them. But when I was going through them in the second round, I was able to solve them much faster. So I think that is one of the things that you should look at, where you don't spend a lot of time in any question. You have your eye on the clock, always. That I think is very important, because many times when we are very focused on solving a question and it takes 10 minutes, that becomes very, very painful. You don't want to waste a lot of time on any single question. Keep moving ahead, even if you find some questions to be very difficult. Okay, I think the test will start in exactly another 1 minute. Once the question loads, I'll keep taking the questions anyway. But if you want to take part in the test, which I strongly recommend that you do, please go to krakow.in/live. There will be 10 questions today. All of them are in the arithmetic section. And the first question will load in another 1 minute. If you have just joined, can you guys please like the stream? There are close to 250 people who are watching the stream, and we have only, I think, around 140 likes. So if you guys like the stream, it will reach more people, and it will also be quite encouraging to us to to do these kind of streams regularly. Okay guys, I'll be loading the first question. Anybody who wants to join, please go to krakow.in/live. The first question will be loaded in exactly another 10 seconds. Okay, we are loading the first question now. Please try to answer it. Yesh Goyal is saying, sir, what can be the expected marks for 99.5 percentile? I'm not so sure, man. I don't want to speculate on any of that because we don't even know how many questions will be there. In general, you know the percentile to mark ratio last time, right? So I think the percentage will be quite similar. Last time, I think if you are getting 160 out of 300, you are getting close to 99 percentile, right? So this time, if you are looking for 99 percentile, I think it might be around 105. But again, these are all very speculative. You never really know. So just try to attempt as many as you can. Maximize the section in which you are very strong at, and then hope for the best. Amok Gawade is saying, sir, how to manage time while solving LRDI? In LRDI, especially this time, it is super important that you pick the right sets. That can't be stressed enough. So if you pick the right sets, you are halfway through. It is very well begun. Then you should also know when to quit. If you find that a set that you thought was easy was actually not easy, have no regrets in leaving it midway and going to the next set. That is the best way in which you can manage your time. Manish Kumar is saying, sir, with only 40 minutes, making a wrong choice in LRDA amounts to huge losses. How should we make a choice? That's very important. And the first thing that you have noticed is that you are recognizing the problem. That is a very important thing. You know that if you make an error in choosing the right set, it's a fatal mistake. That's quite important. The only thing I would say is, before you start attempting sets, make a priority order. Know that I'm going to attempt the third set first. Know that after the third set, I'll attempt the fourth set, fifth set, and then I'll come back to the first set, and then I'll attempt the second set. In any order, first look at all the sets and make a priority order, and then go ahead and try to solve the sets in that priority order. If at any point you are facing a roadblock, if at any point you feel that this set is more difficult than I assumed it to be, stop it and go to the next set. So you are at least quite clear about the priority order or the sequence in which you are going to attempt the LRDI sets. Okay guys, I think many people have gotten this correct. I'm actually very happy. 73 people have gotten it correct. I'm also a little unhappy that 57 people got it wrong, because I felt this was not a very difficult question. I thought this was a nice simple question to start off the session with. So let us try to answer it. One sec. Let us try to answer this question. In this question, we are told that Anand and Sananand are walking on an escalator with a constant speed of 3 steps per second and 1 step per second. Anand takes 120 steps to come down. Sananand takes 80 steps to reach the bottom of the escalator in a downward moving escalator. How many steps would be visible on the stationary escalator? So you have two friends. This is Anand and this is, say, Sananand. Both of them are moving down. Anand takes 3 steps per second and Sananand takes 1 step per second. While coming down, Anand walks a total of 120 steps and Sananand walks a total of 80 steps. So how much time did Anand take to come down? Anand has taken 120 divided by 3, so 40 seconds. And how much time did Sananand take to come down? He has taken 80 by 1, which is 80 seconds. In this time, even the escalator is moving. Let us assume that the escalator is moving e steps per second. That will be the same even in Anand's case as well as in Sananand's case. So what are the total number of steps that the escalator has moved in 80 seconds? It will be 80e. And what is the total number of steps that the escalator has moved in Anand's case? Because it was only for 40 seconds, it will be 40e. So what are the total number of steps that are there on the escalator? If you are calling that n, this is equal to 40e plus 120 in Anand's case, and in Sananand's case this is equal to 80e plus 80. You can equate both of this to calculate the value of e. So 40e plus 120 is equal to 80e plus 80, or 40e is equal to 40, for the value of e is 1. So the escalator also moves 1 step per second. So what are the total number of steps on the escalator? That is equal to n. N will equal 40e, that is 40 into 1, which is 40, plus 120, which is equal to 160 steps. So the answer in this case is 160. Now let us look at the next question. We will be loading the next question very shortly. Please be ready. We have 280 people live. If you think this is a useful session, can you guys please like the stream? There are 280 people live on the stream and only around 180 likes. So if there are more likes, then it will mean a lot more to us. We know that our sessions are useful to people. And if we can get 300 people to be live at the same time, that will be a very good experience. Ravi Joshi is saying, how are the LRDA sectional level of difficulty of Krakow? I think I mentioned this earlier also. Every sectional test or every mock test that we design, we put a lot of thought into it. We try to make it to be as close to CAT as possible. Every mock and every sectional, there is a purpose in mind. We either want to make the student to be aware that there will be pitfalls in the LRDA sectionals, because some sections, some sets might be difficult, some sets might be easy. So we try to give a lot of diverse sets. So in general, I would say the level of difficulty will be very close to actual CAT. Abhinav Walia is saying, great session, sir. Thanks a lot, Abhinav. Ankit Sahu is saying, sir, I can do more problems while analyzing than while giving the mocks. Time constraint decrease my attempts. What to do, sir? Unfortunately, there is not much that you can do now. The answer for this problem, if you had asked me the same question 6 months ago, would have been to give more mocks. Because if you are able to solve these questions while analyzing but not while giving mocks, it means that you need more practice. Your accuracy and your concepts are good. You just need more practice to improve your speed. And how are you going to improve your speed? You will improve your speed by practicing more and more. So normally I would suggest anybody who is having these kind of issues where they were able to get the questions correct but with more time, to attempt more mocks. So try to attempt as many mocks as you can in the last 2 weeks. Okay, I'm actually quite happy. We have 84 people who got this question correct. I think first question only 73 people got it correct. Again, it is slightly sad that 62 people got it wrong, because again, this was not a very difficult question. So let us try to answer it. In this question, we are told that a milk vendor has 3 milk solutions at his disposal. He pays 6 per liter for the first mixture. So let us assume that this is the first mixture, this is the second mixture, and this is the third mixture. Now this has the cost price per liter for each one of them. For the first mixture, the cost price is 6 per liter. For the second one, it is 8 per liter, and for the third one, it is 10 per liter. He then mixed them, but he mixed them in the ratio of 5:4:3. This is the ratio in which he mixed them. And he sold the same to a customer at a 50% profit. The price with which he sold to the customer is. So let us assume that the first solution he sold 5 liters. The second solution, therefore, he would have sold 4 liters. And the third solution, he would have sold 3 liters. So the total volume that he sold would be 5 plus 4 plus 3, which is equal to 12 liters. And what is the total cost price? The total cost price will be 6 into 5, that is 30, plus 8 into 4, that is 32, plus 10 into 3, which is 30. So the total cost price would be 30 plus 32 plus 30, which is equal to 92 rupees. So these 12 liters cost him 92 rupees, but he wants to sell it at a profit of 50%. So if he's selling it at a profit of 50%, what is the selling price? The selling price will be 92 into 150%, which is equal to 1.5. This is the selling price for 12 liters. So what is the selling price per liter? It will be 92 into 1.5 divided by 12. 1.5 by 12 is equal to 1 by 8. 92 by 8 is equal to, if you divide both of them by 4, 23 by 2, which is equal to 11.5 per liter. Now if you are looking at the options, you are given 9, 11 and 10. 11.5 is not given. So the correct answer will be none of this. The next question will be loaded very shortly. Anybody who wants to attempt this, please go to cracku.in/live. You can attempt the test over there. If you have any doubts with respect to the paper, with respect to this topic, please let me know. There are 300 people who are watching it, who are watching this stream. That is, I'm very happy about that. With this kind of a reception, we'll plan to do more streams in the coming days, because then it would mean that if 300 people are watching it and 300 people are liking it, it means that it is helping a lot of people. So those kind of feedbacks are quite reinforcing. They are very good positive reinforcement, but not just me, but our entire team, which is working at like 9 p.m. I feel slightly embarrassed to tell my team to work at 9 p.m. But if it is helping thousands of students, then I think they will also feel more motivated to work. Sai Chalpatrao is saying, sir, if I go through the quant topic-wise tips and formulae provided by Krakow, will I be able to understand and attempt all the quant questions in the examination? See, I don't want to say that you will be able to attempt all of them and you will score full marks, but I know that they are extremely useful. I wouldn't generally say it if I don't believe in it. I know that our formula PDF, the Krakow CAT formula PDF, the link of which we have just posted and we'll probably post again. If you download them and if you go through them thoroughly, it will definitely help you significantly in the examination. The second thing that I would suggest is, because we are short of time and there are only 2 weeks left, please go through the revision videos. We have revision videos for all the 3 topics on YouTube. We have uploaded them. We have Krakow Quant Revision, Krakow LRDI Revision and Krakow Verbal Revision. Go through all the 4 videos. We have 2 videos for Quant Revision in YouTube and 1 video for LRDI and 1 video for VRC. Go through all of them. And we have uploaded 2 separate videos. One video we uploaded last year and another video we uploaded this year of top 100 questions, top 100 quant questions. This also is, go through all of this. I'm sure your percentile will improve significantly. And these are things that you can do. They won't require a lot of time. Each of them, I think the revision videos are around 1.5 hour long. The top 100 quant questions are slightly longer, but they're also extremely useful. And if you actually find these videos to be useful, please like them on the stream. Please like them on YouTube, because those likes mean a lot to us. Because when we are putting so much effort, and if we see that say 1,000 people have liked our video, it means that we have helped so many people. So we feel a lot more motivated to do more work. Okay, this seems to be a slightly difficult question because only 14 people got it correct, while 114 people got it wrong. It also might be because people might not have read the entire question thoroughly. Let us try to answer this. So in this question, we are told that the cost of delivering consignments for a courier company is directly proportional to the distance traveled. So if you're looking at the cost, it is directly proportional. So you'll have a proportionality constant to the distance traveled. So it will be of the type K, which is a constant, into the distance into the square of the weight of the consignment. So it will be K into D into W square. We are told that the company charges the customer 90 for a 0.5 kg consignment, which has to be sent for a distance of 36 kilometers. We are supposed to find out how much does sending a 3 kg consignment 50 kilometers away cost the company. We are also given a profit percentage of 12.5%. The key step in this question is to assume that, is to understand that the company is charging the customer 90 rupees and the profit percentage is 12.5%. What does this mean? The cost to the company is different from the cost that it is charging from the customer. The cost that it is charging from the customer is the selling price, and the cost to the company is the cost price. If your profit percentage is 12.5%, what is the cost to the company? The cost to the company will be 90 divided by 12.5 is 1 by 8. So it will be 1 plus 1 by 8, that is 9 by 8. So you can cancel this. This will be 10. So this will be equal to 80. So the cost to the company of sending 0.5 kg consignment 36 kilometers is 80 rupees. So if you input this in our equation, 80 is equal to cost into distance is 36 into the weight, which is 0.5 into 0.5. 0.5 to 0.5, 0.25 into 36 is 9. Or the proportionality constant K is equal to 80 by 9. Now we are asked to find out how much does sending 3 kg consignment 50 kilometers away cost the company. We are again asked the cost that the company suffers. So what will the cost be? The cost will be equal to K into D into W square. The proportionality constant we have just found out is 80 by 9. So this will be equal to 80 by 9 into what is the distance is 50 kilometers into what is the weight square, that is 3 into 3. So 3 into 3 is 9. So the cost to the company is 80 into 50, which is equal to 4,000 rupees. So the answer in this case is option D. We'll load the next question very shortly. So if you are planning to attempt the next question, please go to crackpoo.in/live. Nibin is asking, hello sir, in which attempt did you get into IMA? First attempt? No, I didn't get into in the first attempt. I got it in the second attempt. The first attempt I couldn't clear the verbal cutoff. So yeah, don't worry. I know many people who got into IMA in the third and fourth attempts. One person used to work with us. He got into IMA in the fourth attempt. So that happens. Just try to focus on doing well in CAT. That is very important. As you Saurav is saying, hello sir, what was your strategy while attempting LRDI last year? To be really honest, LRDI, I wanted to get 4 sets correct because I felt if I get 4 sets correct and I do well in quant, I'll get a very high percentile. That was my strategy. So to get 4 sets correct, as I told many times, I made a priority order immediately after looking at the questions. I knew that there are certain sets which I felt were easy and I attempted those first. And the first 2 sets I was able to solve very fast. That helped quite a lot because that gave me a lot of confidence while I was attempting the remaining questions. So getting that first set correct is super important. After I got the first sets correct, I was able to actually attempt 6 sets. That was because I got the first 2 sets correct very fast. So in general, I would say try to get the first set correct in the first 10 minutes or so. Then you will feel much lighter. Then you will feel a lot more confident. Because the alternative is that you haven't got a set correct and 15 minutes are gone. Then it will be very difficult to come back. So getting that first set correct in LRDI, I think is very, very important. Hello sir, what is the pattern you are expecting in CAT 2020? I think the paper will be easy for many reasons. I don't think the person or the people who are setting, the professors who are setting the paper would want to give a paper which is very difficult because this is not an easy year for anyone. They don't want the people to come out thinking that, okay, why did I actually come to take this examination, because taking the examination itself is a risk, right? It is a health risk when you're actually going ahead and taking the examination. So they don't want, I think in my opinion, they don't want the people to come out feeling that, okay, this was such a big mistake. This was completely waste of my time. And in general, they don't want people to be very, very demotivated because of this current situation. So in general, I would think the paper will not be very difficult. In my opinion, there will not be any section which will really crush you because it can happen in some LRDIs. In the last few years, there were some LRDI sets, some LRDI slots which were very, very difficult. In my opinion, that won't happen this year. In my opinion, that would also result in having higher cutoffs. So that is also important when you are strategizing that, okay, I need to attempt 3 sets in LRDI or I need to get 2 sets correct in LRDI. So I would say don't go with any preconceived notions. In my opinion, the paper will be easy. It will be, I think, around 70 questions overall. Maybe 23, 25, 25, 70, maybe 65 to 70 questions is what I'm expecting. And the paper to be slightly easy. Saurav is saying, sir, by your grace, I think I'll be scoring 100 percentile in CAT this year. Thank you, sir. All the best. If you can score 100 percentile, I'll be very happy. It would mean that our streams have somebody who has done very well in CAT, so that will be very useful. Okay, so let us look at the next question. Kushal is saying fourth question is easy but calculation savvy. That is correct. But if you notice this question, there are different ways in which you can solve this quite easily. That is something that we'll look at this time. So in this question, the government of Chipotle Islands has introduced a new taxation system, and the total tax levied, if you're looking at the total tax, is equal to a fixed base tax, let us call this BT, which is the base tax, plus X% of annual salary. This is the formula that is used to calculate the total tax. We are told that for 5.5 lakhs salary, the base tax is 84,285. So 84,285 is equal to base tax plus X% into 5.5 lakhs. We are also told that for 3.5 lakhs, the salary, the tax is 58,035. So 58,035 is equal to base tax plus X% into 3.75. So there are two equations and there are two unknowns. You can solve them to calculate the value of BT, and you can also calculate the value of X%. Once you calculate it, what are you expected to calculate? You are asked to calculate what is the tax when the annual salary is 2 lakhs. So what you are asked to calculate is what is the value of BT plus X% into 2. If you look at it, you have BT common in all the three equations on the right hand side. And the second thing that you look at is 5.5, 3.75 and 2 are in an arithmetic progression. What we are essentially saying is that you have the first equation and you have the second equation. You subtract the second equation from the first equation. So 1 minus 2 will equal 84,285 minus 58,035. What is the value of that? That will equal 26,250. This is the left hand side. This is equal to BT and BT will get cancelled, and it will be 5.5 into X% minus 3.75 into X%, which is equal to 1.75 into X%. One way to go ahead is use this equation to calculate the value of X, substitute it in either the first equation or the second equation, calculate the value of BT, and then calculate the value of BT plus X% into 2. But if, as I've said, you notice that you have BT common in all the three equations, and the right hand side, the coefficient of X% are in an arithmetic progression, what you should ideally do is just subtract 1.5 into X% from the second equation. If you are subtracting 1.5% into X from the second equation, the right hand side will become equal to BT plus X% into 3.75 minus X% into 1.75, which is X% into 2. This will equal 58,035 minus 26,250. And what is the value of this? This will be 5, this will be 8, this will be 7, this will be 1, and this will be 3. So the value of BT plus X% into 2 is equal to 31,785. So the answer is option A. We'll be loading the next question quite shortly. If you like this explanation, if you like this shortcut, can you guys please like the stream? We have close to 300 people and we have around 260 likes. If you can get another 10-15 likes, that will be very useful. We are loading the next question very shortly, so please go to crackcode.in/live to attempt this test. Mansi Tayal is saying, please conduct such session on other areas of quant and LRDA, and it would be great if those sessions happen on weekends. We always have a stream on weekends on Saturday at 5 p.m. Unfortunately, we won't probably have it this weekend because there is no unfortunate. It is actually a great festival, Diwali. Happy Diwali to every one of you. But probably for that reason, we would not have a stream on Saturday. But we'll try to do a stream on Monday or Tuesday. And in general, there are only, I think, 2 weekends left. So it is difficult for us to organize more streams over the weekends. But what I'll plan to do is, what I hope to do is that in the next week, I'll try to conduct more streams. Sujit Pankaj is saying, are free mocks according to the new pattern? Yeah, we have 3 free mocks for CAT. The link to take the free mocks is given in the description of this video. You can just Google search Kraku free CAT mock. Just Google search Kraku free CAT mock and you will be getting a link. You have 3 free CAT mocks. All of them are in the latest pattern and I think they'll be very useful for students. We also have a countdown. We made a countdown, that is kraku.in/cat 2020 countdown. The link for that is given in the chat also. Please bookmark this link. I think in the last 2 weeks we have a lot of resources which we posted in this page. All of them are free resources. All of them I think will be very useful for students who are preparing for CAT. If you are very worried about what to do, what to prepare, just go to this page kraku.in/cat 2020 countdown. The link will be there in the chat also and it is there even in our description. Just bookmark this page and keep visiting this. We have many questions there. We have many useful videos there. We have all the previous paper PDFs there. We have even the CAT formula PDF that many people were asking in the chat. That is also there. So all the useful links which people should use for the last 2 weeks are given in this page. kraku.in/cat 2020 countdown. Please go there and make the best use of those amazing resources. So we have this question now. Let us try to answer it. In this question, we are told that a car runs on 4 tires and has 1 extra tire. So what is the total number of tires that the car has? It has 4 plus 1, which is equal to 5 tires. Each tire runs for 8,000 kilometers. Find the maximum distance that the car can travel using these 5 tires. So every tire runs for 8,000 kilometers. So you have 5 tires. So what is the total distance that can be run by these 5 tires? That will be 5 into 8,000, which is equal to 40,000. But to run every 1 kilometer, 4 tires have to run 1 kilometer. That is 4 tires have to run off, have to get down by 1 kilometer. So every 1 kilometer, 4 tires are used. So the total distance that can be traveled is 5 into 8,000 divided by 4. If you simplify this will be 5 into 2,000, which is equal to 10,000 kilometers. Another way to look at it, another way to understand this is to assume that I'll use the first 4 tires. If you are naming the tires as 1, 2, 3 and 4, I'll use the first 4 tires 1, 2, 3, 4 for the first 2,000 kilometers. Then I'll switch them. I'll use 2, 3, 4 and 5 for the remaining kilometers from 2,000 to 4,000. Then I'll use 3, 4, 5, 1 for another 2,000 kilometers. Then I'll use 4, 5, 1 and 2 for another 2,000 kilometers. And finally I'll use 5, 1, 2 and 3 for the last 2,000 kilometers. This way each of the 5 tires was used for 8,000 kilometers. And at every point of time there were 4 tires which were there on the car. And the total distance run by the car is 2,000 plus 2,000 plus 2,000 plus 2,000, which is equal to 10,000 kilometers. So the correct answer in this case will be 10,000 kilometers. We'll be loading the next question very shortly. If you're looking to participate in the test, please go to kraku.in/live. Vaibhavi Lakshmi is asking, sir, how do you suggest revising quant, sir, in the last 15 days? As I told you just earlier, please go to this countdown page, kraku.in/cat/2020 countdown. I'll be loading the next question now. go to kraku.in/cat 2020 countdown. All the important resources that are there, which people should use in the last 2 weeks, are there. This is a good way in which we have put all the useful resources together. Please go there, please bookmark this page so that you don't miss out on this, and keep visiting and keep making the best use of these very good resources. Mohit KR is saying, where can I find PDF of all the formulas of quant? Just go to kraku.in/cat 2020 countdown. There you can find it. This I think is a slightly tricky question, not very difficult. Try to answer it. People who have just joined the stream, can you guys please like the stream? We have 280 likes. If you can make it close to 300 likes, then it will be very useful. It will be very helpful and very motivating for us. So let us look at this question. In this question, we are told that there are 3 people who are running around a cycling track. It's a circular track. So we are told that 2 people, Priya and Raj, are at point A. This is P and R. And another person, Simran, is at point B. We are told that Raj and Simran are cycling in the clockwise direction. So Raj is in the clockwise direction, Simran is also in the clockwise direction, while Priya is running in the anti-clockwise direction. The circumference of the circle is 270 meters. Sorry, the circumference is 540 meters. Therefore, half of the circumference, that is the distance between points A and B, is 270 meters. We are asked to find out, we are given the speeds of each one of them. We are told that the speed of Priya is 6 meters per second, and the speed of Raj is 5 meters per second, and the speed of Simran is 7 meters per second. We are asked to find out at what point after the start will Simran be equidistant from both Priya and Raj for the first time. So we want to figure out the time after which Simran will be equidistant from Priya and Raj. So there are many ways to calculate it. We will be looking at 2 ways in this question. The first way and the easy way, it's a shortcut to actually solve this, is understanding at what point what is the point that we have to look for at the end. At the end, we want to figure out a point where this is the circle, and there will be Raj over here, there will be Simran over here, and there will be Priya over here, Simran over here, and Raj over here. The midpoint of Priya and Raj is where Simran will be, because Simran is equidistant from both Priya and Raj. So the only thing that we have to look at is the midpoint of Priya and Raj. Every second, Priya is moving 6 meters in the anti-clockwise direction, and Raj is moving 5 meters in the clockwise direction. So if you're looking at the midpoint of Priya and Raj, it will be moving 6 meters to the left and 5 meters to the right at the end of 1 second. So if you are focused only on the midpoint, then that is one way in which you can see the relative velocity with which Priya and Raj are moving, and try to get Simran to reach that midpoint. That is one way to solve this question. Another way to solve it, which is a basic way, is by understanding at what point do both of these people meet. So the initial distance, if you are looking at it, of Simran and Priya is 270 meters. Similarly, the initial distance between Raj and Simran is also 270 meters. Now, after a second or after they start running, the distance between Simran and Raj will, in the clockwise direction, will become more than 270 meters. And the distance between Priya and Simran will become less than 270 meters. Now, after some time, over here somewhere, Simran and Priya will meet and Raj would be somewhere over here. And after some more point, Simran will come to this point and Priya will be somewhere over here and Raj will be somewhere over here. Now let us assume that the total time that has elapsed from the start to this point is say t. Now in this distance, in this time, this is A and this is B. What is the total distance run by Simran? The total distance run by Simran will equal 70. What is the total distance run by Priya? Priya would have run in the clockwise direction and the distance run by Priya would be 60. What is the total distance run by Raj? Raj would also run in the clockwise direction and she would have run 5t. Now what is the distance between Simran and Raj? The initial distance between Simran and Raj was 270 meters. This was also 270, this was also 270. Simran has run 70 towards Raj, but Raj has run away 5t away from Simran. So the final distance between Simran and Raj would be 270 minus 2t. This is the distance between Simran and Raj. And if you are looking at the distance between Simran and Priya, both of them come and meet over here somewhere at this point and then they again go away. So the total distance run by Simran, which is 70, plus the total distance run by Raj, which is 60, minus 270 is the total distance between Simran and Raj. Now if you equate this, you will be able to figure out the value of t. So you can simplify this as 270 plus 270, which is equal to 540, is equal to 70 plus 60 plus 2t, which is equal to 15t. Or the value of t will be equal to 540 divided by 15, and 540 divided by 15 is 36 seconds. One of the things that you should understand is at what point are they meeting, in which direction is all three of them moving, how is the distance between each one of them increasing or decreasing with respect to the starting point. If you understand this and if you are able to calculate the distance of each one of them as a function of t, you will be able to solve this question. The answer in this case is 36 seconds. We'll be solving the next question quite shortly. We'll be posting it at kraku.in/live. This also is a slightly tricky question, but it is actually a fairly easy question. So try to not get confused. Monica Mehra is asking, many people on YouTube say, I saw something. Yeah. Monica Mehra is saying many people on YouTube say that the expected cutoff this year would be 90 percentile at 70 to 73 marks. Do you agree? Yeah, it seems about right, but maybe slightly on the lower side. I think if you get something which is close to 80, you can be a lot more comfortable. Tanvi Goyal is asking me to explain this again. I don't want to explain this again. This stream will be there on YouTube. You can just go through it. The only thing that you have to look at, because we have time, I'll just explain. So you have a circle. P and R start from here. P is going to in the anti-clockwise direction. R and S are going in the clockwise direction. Now S is running at 70. The distance run by S will be 70. The distance run by R is 5t. The initial distance between both of them is 270 meters. Every second R runs 7 and S runs 7 and R runs 5. So the distance will decrease by 2 meters after every second. So after t seconds, the distance between S and R will be 270 minus 2t. And if you're looking at the distance between P and S, they have to first meet at some point, and after that they will keep going on separate directions. So the total distance run by P and S will be 70 plus 60. But from this you have to subtract the first 270 meters where they actually come close and meet. So this is equal to minus 270. So if you solve this equation, you are going to get the answer, which is that t will equal 36 seconds. Okay, I'm actually quite happy that many people got this correct, even though this is a fairly easy question. We just put some complication just to make people get slightly tricked. And I'm happy that not many people were tricked. 63 people got it correct and 44 people got it wrong. That is fine. So let us try to answer this question. In this question, we are asked to find out the angle between the hour and the minute hand of a clock 30 minutes after they meet for the third time in a day. So if you're trying to find out at what time do they meet for the third time in a day, then you're making a mistake. Because the only thing that is important over here is that you know that both the minute hand and the hour hand have met at some point. It will be something close to 3 o'clock, maybe 3:15 or so, but you don't need the exact time at which they met. Now after they meet, we are asked to find out the angle between both these hands 30 minutes after they met. One of the things that you should notice is that in 60 minutes, what is the total angle that is traversed by the minute's hand? A minute's hand goes from 12 to 12, that is, it covers 360 degrees in 60 minutes. So in 1 minute, a minute's hand goes 6 degrees. And in 60 minutes, an hour's hand goes from 1 hour to another hour. There are 12 hours in 360 degrees. So 1 hour is only 30 degrees. So the hour's hand in 1 hour, it moves by 30 degrees. Therefore, in 1 minute, which is 1 by 60th of an hour, it moves by 0.5 degrees. Whereas we have just discussed, the minute's hand moves by 6 degrees. Now we are told that they met at some point, and 30 minutes afterwards, what is the angle between both of them? In those 30 minutes, what is the angle covered by the minute's hand? The minute's hand would cover 30 minutes into 6 degrees every minute. And what is the angle covered by the hour's hand? It covers 0.5 degrees every minute. So it will cover 30 into 0.5. So if you're trying to find the angle between both of them, it will be 30 into 6 minus 30 into 0.5, which is equal to 180 minus 15, which is equal to 165 degrees. So the correct answer over here is option B. We'll load the next question very shortly. So please go there. Please go to kraku.in/live and please be active. If you have any doubts, please feel free to message. Vijay Chinta Langia is asking, sir, what will be the cutoff for 99 percentile this year approximately? I think if you get 110, that will be a good score. 110 will be roughly around 99 percentile, in my opinion. I can be wrong, but that's my opinion. We have 300 likes to this video. I'm actually very happy. Can you guys who have just joined, can you guys please like the stream and can you please subscribe to the channel? Utkarsh Shukla is saying, sir, I'm scoring 60 to 65 marks in the next days. Should I give more marks or less marks with more revision? Don't give too many marks. I would say in the next, today is 12th, right? You have 17 days. Take 6 marks, 6 to 7 marks. That should be sufficient. And spend some time in analyzing which marks you are, what are the kind of questions that you are getting correct and what are the kind of questions you are getting wrong. It depends on the section that you want to improve in. I would recommend you to keep solving at least 2 to 3 LRDI sets every single day. That will be very nice. And keep watching important videos maybe, and keep trying to look at all the formulas that we have just discussed. But don't take too many marks, because just taking a mark for the heck of it is not a good idea. Take a mock, prepare well for each mock, work on your weakness. There are still 17 days, you can still make up for, you can still make very good use of it. But try to take 6 to 7 marks. Maybe 6 marks is good, yeah. Okay. 25 people got this correct. Okay, 38 people got this correct. I'm actually quite happy. 38 people got this correct. Fardeen Khan is saying, sir, can we have LRDI workshop? We already did LRDI workshop. Please check the previous streams on this channel. I did, I think, 2 or 3 LRDI streams, and Saili also has done 2 or 3 streams. So please go through them. That will be useful. We plan to do some more LRDI streams in the coming days. So please subscribe to the channel. Okay, let me look at this question first. So we have 4 friends: Anil, Bimal, Chetan and Dinesh. So the 4 friends are A, B, C and D. At the end of the year, they divided their profit in a unique way. So let us assume that the total profit is equal to rupees 100. Now initially each of them received 7.5% of the total profit. So initially each one of them received 7.5, 7.5, 7.5 and 7.5. So what is the total profit that was distributed? It is 4 times 7.5, which is equal to 30 rupees. So what is the profit remaining? The remaining profit will be equal to rupees 70. Now in this profit, Bimal, Chetan and Dinesh distributed 35%, 10% and 15% of this amount. So what is 10% of 70? That will be equal to 7. What is 15% of 70? That will equal 10.5. And what is 35% of 70? That will be 35 by 100 into 70. You can cancel this. This is 7 and this is 2. So this is 49 by 2, which is 24.5. So what is the total amount that they distributed in the second round? That will be 24.5 plus 10.5, that is 35 plus 7, which is equal to 42 rupees. So what is the amount that is remaining? It will be 70 minus 42. So the remaining is equal to rupees 28. This 28 was distributed between Chetan and Dinesh, each of them getting 60% and 40%. What is 60% of 28? 60% of 28 is 16.8. And what is 40% of 28? That is 11.2. So what is the total amount that each one of them has received? A has received just 7.5. B has received 7.5 plus 24.5, which is 32. C has received 7.5 plus 7, that is 14.5 plus 16.8 will equal 31.3. And D has received 7.5 plus 10.5, that is 18. 18 plus 11.2 is 29.2. We are asked to find out who among the following has received the maximum profit. The maximum profit was clearly received by B, so that is Bimal. So the correct answer is option A. Now let us look at the next question. It will load quite shortly, so please go to kraku.in/live. Amish Gupta asked, please, sir, please tell topics from which majority questions are asked in quant section. I would say there are 2 topics which are very useful, very important. One is the topic that we are currently doing, which is arithmetic. Arithmetic involves ratio and proportion. It involves time, speed, distance. It involves time and work. It involves averages, percentages. It also involves compound interest, simple interest. All these basics are very important, very, very important. You will get a lot of questions from this topic. The second very important topic I would say is geometry. Geometry has 2 parts. One is 2D geometry, which is like say circles, triangles, chords, tangents, those kind of things. The other is mensuration, which involves volumes of solids, like what is the volume of a cone, what is the volume of a cylinder. Mensuration I think is more formula based. If you know the formulas, you will be able to attempt many questions. And the 2D geometry, which is circles and triangles, involves a lot of theorems. I think these are the most important topics. So if you are trying to prepare any topic, spend a lot of time in these 2 topics in the last 2 weeks. This question involves a lot of calculation, but in the examination you will have your calculator, so it should not be very difficult. So in this question we are told that Raju invested a sum of money at 20% compound interest and he invested an equal amount of money at 20% simple interest. So let us assume that the total principal that he invested is 2x, of which in compound interest he invested x, and in simple interest he also invested x. The rate of interest for both compound and simple interest is the same. This is 20%, this is 20%. Let us assume that he spent n years in both of them, the loan amount. We are asked to find out after how many years will the amount be at least 2 times the principal. The principal is 2x, so we want the amount to be at least equal to 4x. What is the amount that he receives from simple interest? The interest will be x into 0.2 into n. The principal itself is x. So the total amount of money that is going to get from simple interest will be x into 1 plus 0.2 n. And what is the amount that is going to get from compound interest? It will be x into 1.2 to the power n. We want the amount in compound interest plus the amount in simple interest to be greater than or equal to 4x. If you write that equation, you want x into 1.2 to the power n plus x into 1 plus 0.2 n to be greater than or equal to 4x. Let us cancel x on both sides because x is just a number. So you want 1.2 n plus 1 plus 0.2 n to be greater than or equal to 4. You can subtract 1 from this, so this will become 3. Or you want to know the value of n for which 1.2 n plus 0.2 n is greater than or equal to 3. Now you can substitute the value of n. If you make n to be equal to 3, what is the value of 12 cube? 12 cube is 1728. So 1.2 to the power 3 will be 1.728 plus 0.2 into 3 will be 0.6. This is approximately equal to 2.38. So this is definitely not greater than or equal to 3. This is less than 3. So n cannot equal 3. If you make n to be equal to 4, what is the value of 1.2 to the power 4? 1.2 to the power 4, you can use your calculator to find out. This is 1.44 whole square. 1.44 whole square will be just greater than 2. So this will be approximately equal to 2.05. And 0.2 into 4 will be equal to plus 0.8. So when n is equal to 4, the left hand side of this inequality will be approximately equal to 2.05 plus 0.8, which is 2.85, which is also less than 3. So this n cannot even equal 4. If you make n to be equal to 5, you already know that 1.2 to the power 4 is 2.05. So 1.2 to the power 5 will be approximately equal to 2.45 or so. And plus 0.2 into n will be equal to plus 1. This is greater than 3. So when n is equal to 5, the amount is greater than twice the initial principal. So the correct answer is n is equal to 5. We will look at the last question now. It will load very shortly. So please go to krakow.in/live. The next question will load very shortly. Jatin Kochar is saying, would it be better to give sectionals or mocks now? You should give more sectionals for sure, but also try to take at least 6 mocks, full length mocks, in the same slot as your examination. Try to take at least 1-2 sectionals every day, because focus on the sectional that you want to maximize your score. Ankit Sahu is saying, sir, I'm getting 80-85 marks. What should be my plan for the next 15 days? Your plan should be quite simple. You should try to figure out what is the section that you want to do well in. By that, what I mean is, there are 2 ways to approach the examination. One way is trying to ensure that you clear the cutoffs in all the 3 sectionals. If you are facing some serious problem in any one sectional where you are worried that you won't clear the cutoff, then focus on that. But if you feel that you are clearing the cutoffs, then focus on maximizing your score. If you are clearing the cutoffs in all the 3 sectionals, then focus on your area of strength. Try to maximize as many marks as you can get in that one sectional. But if you are feeling that you are not able to do well in one particular sectional and you are doing very poorly in one sectional, then focus only on that section and try to cross that cutoff in that section. People who have just joined, can you guys please like the stream? We have 320 likes, which is good, but if you can make it to up to say 340 likes, I'll be very happy. So let us look at the last question. In this question, we are supposed to find out the production cost per liter of milk by a milkman. We are told that the total production cost varies linearly with volume. So the total cost is equal to A plus B into volume. This is what he has realized. Now he found out that if the cost of production of 300 liters of milk is 35 per liter. So what is the total cost of 300 liters? It will be 300 into 35, which is equal to 10,500. This is equal to A plus 300B. He was also told that the total production cost of 500 liters is 33 per liter. So what is the total cost? That will be 500 into 33, which is 16,500. This is equal to A plus 500B. Now using these two equations, you can calculate the value of A and B. If you subtract the first equation from the second equation, you are going to get 6,000 is equal to 200B. For the value of B is 30. This would imply that 300B is equal to 9,000, or the value of A is equal to 10,500 minus 9,000, which is equal to 1,500. So the total cost is equal to 1,500 plus 30V. Now we are asked to find out what is the cost price, what is the selling price per liter of 750 liters of milk. If he is making 750 liters of milk, what is his total cost price? His total cost price will be 1,500 plus 30 into 750. 30 into 750 is 22,500 plus 1,500. This is equal to 24,000. This is the total cost price of 750 liters. But he wants to make an overall profit of 25%. So what is the total selling price? That will be 24,000 into 1.25. That is 1.25 is 5 by 4. This is the total selling price of 750 liters. So what is the selling price per liter? It will be divided by 750. You can simplify this. 24,000 divided by 4 is 6,000. You can cancel the zeros. You can cancel 5 and 75. This becomes 15. So this becomes equal to 600 by 15, which is equal to 40 liters. So the correct answer is that the total selling price has to be rupees 40. So that is the last question for today. Before we go, I want to give you a couple of tips. One of the tips that I want to tell you is please bookmark this page. We have all the very useful resources that anybody can use in the last 2 weeks at krakow.in/cat 2020 countdown. The link for this page is given in the description of this video. Please bookmark this page. It has very useful videos. It has very useful previous papers. It has formula PDFs. It has everything, very useful resources compiled together. So please go to krakow.in/cat 2020 countdown. Secondly, I want to wish all of you and your families a very happy Diwali. I'm sure you will all enjoy a very good time. This has been a very stressful year for everybody, and we all need to be happy. So I hope you all enjoy the beautiful day after tomorrow. Happy Diwali, and the stream will end it now.